Hello darlings, in this week's video I'm going to take you thrifting with me. I think I've actually wanted to make this video since I started my YouTube channel, so it's been on hold for a really long time and I've finally gotten around to making it. So we went out yesterday and I went to 4 different op shops because in Australia we call thrift stores op shops. I picked up some things, so I'll take you along with me and show you what I got, but before I do that I also have some footage when we went op shopping midway through last year that I thought I'd show you a couple of the pieces that I got. Grab yourself a cup of tea and let's get thrifting. A lot of the time when I go op shopping, I will find pieces that I know I can alter or make more vintage. So I found this 1980s suit set that comes with the top and the skirt, which is way too big for me, so I do need to alter that. But it's been in my alteration pile for at least 6 months, so I need to get around to doing it. But I'm going to turn this 1980s set into a 1940s inspired suit set. So that's a really exciting project that I have that I will eventually get around to doing. I am so busy with uni at the moment, which just makes it really difficult to getting around to my sewing projects. So that's on hold. So another piece that I got at another store was this lovely red cardigan, and it has a little bow tie on it, and I just thought it was so cute. And a lot of the things that I get won't be vintage, nowhere near vintage, but they just have a certain style that really suits the vintage aesthetic. So this is the little cardigan here, and it has a little bow tie on it, and I'll model all of these for you so you can kind of see what the pieces look like on and what they can go with. The green 1980s suit was probably around $10 maybe, and the red cardigan might have been around $7. So really reasonable. And now let's move on to the little thrifting haul I did yesterday. So the first op shop we went into, I found a turtleneck straight away. A turtleneck is such a timeless style and it goes with most eras. So this is just a very basic turtleneck, and this can go perfect with high-waisted trousers. It looks very nice. And this was $5. In the same thrift store, I found 2 really lovely 1960s style dresses. These dresses were modern, but they had that 1960s feel. They were very cute. They were too big for me though, and I'm not adding any more to my alteration pile. It can be really difficult going into a thrift store and just having rows and rows of women's clothing, and you kind of don't know where to start. Depending on what you're after, I would say go to that section, go to the tops if you're looking for a top, or pants, or skirts. In the thrift stores here, I don't always find good skirts, so I tend to just look for trousers or blouses and sometimes jackets as well. There are some thrift stores that I go into and they will have an excellent nightgown selection, and I just end up buying too many of those because I love nighties so much. Whatever you're looking for, go to that section. It will take a little bit to get through going through all of the different clothes. It can help to look for colors or fabrics that appeal to you and just kind of see what that is. But most of the time I just individually go through everything on the rack until I see something that's a certain cut or style that I really like. And that means going through everything until you find that one gem that you want to take home with you. And be mindful that, you can buy too much at the thrift store and you might not wear it all. So make sure that you absolutely love the piece that you're buying and you know it's going to go with something that you have at home already, or if you are looking for something to pair with it. Don't buy stuff that you don't need because other people may need that more than you. So only buy what you absolutely love. If you are looking for pants or skirts and you aren't able to try those things on, if you're unsure whether it's actually going to fit you, you can wrap the pants or skirt around your neck. It may sound really stupid, but it actually, if it wraps around and meets perfectly around your neck, that's going to fit your waist. Your neck should be half the measurement of your waist, so you should be able to do this. And if it fits around your neck, it's going to fit around your waist. So these pants I also got at the same store and they were $8. These pants are from Uniqlo, so they are a modern brand, but they can pass as a vintage style if you pair it with the right things. I found a pair of capris that I thought would fit, but the waist was too large, and as I said, I don't need to add any more to my alteration pile, so I put those back. Okay, now on to the next store. This op shop is the one where I find all my nightgowns, but there weren't really any there, which is actually a good thing because I have too many. So I went to the pants section and I found 2 lovely pairs of pants, a nice grey pair and a navy blue pair. These are a little bit more 80s, 90s, but I just thought that they were a really nice pant, and they have the nice ironed pleat in them, and they were $6, so I'm not turning that down. And it's also nice to have comfy pants to wear around the house, without wearing track pants. So they were a great find. I found another pair of pants which were a really nice cut. They have lovely pleats at the front and they're kind of like a linen-y material, which is really lovely, and they were $4. So yes please. I've got a few messages asking where I get my headscarves, and a lot of the time I just thrift them because there are just copious amounts at the thrift store. This thrift store that I went into just had like a whole wall full of headscarves. I don't know whether it's the same in America, but you can find just whole sections that are devoted to headscarves. I can hear the chickens squawking. I think they might be laying an egg. The next thing I found in the op shop were a couple of fur pieces. I found this cute little fur collar that has a really lovely cut to it, and this can go with a jumper, a top, or even a little coat. These were probably used all throughout the 1900s, but this is something that was definitely worn in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. The fur collar was $15, so it was a bit more expensive than the other pieces that you get in an op shop, but it is higher quality, so I feel like it is more worth it. The next op shop we went to was a larger op shop, but there wasn't a lot that I found that I liked. Sometimes this happens. You can go into an op shop and you might walk out with nothing, depending on how much self-control you have. I found these little blue and white striped shorts that had a bit of a nautical vibe, so I really liked that, and they were $3, which was great. So I picked those up. I needed more shorts, so I just snatched these up straight away. And they are a little bit longer because I do have a petite build and I'm not tall. These shorts were a little bit too long for my liking. I'm just going to roll them up one so that they better suit my height. I actually kind of found it hard going into these thrift stores and not looking at the knickknacks and homeware. I love looking for homewares and finding the perfect piece to go into our house. It was really weird just solely devoting this thrifting adventure to clothes because I 20% look for clothes and 80% look for knickknacks and homewares. And like I said, the thrift store was really big, but I only found one item that I liked. That was the shorts. So then we moved on to the next one. I've also mentioned before in another one of my videos talking about vintage style to steer clear of jeans. And I say that because a lot of the jeans that they have available are just modern jeans and they aren't that specific style and cut that you get in the jeans from the 40s to 60s. Here are a pair of vintage jeans and you can pretty much buy that exact style and cut in a vintage reproduction brand. So it's much better buying jeans like that than just buying jeans from the thrift store. I mean, you can have a look and see what you can find, but I just doubt that you're going to find something so specific to that style. The jeans that you're going to get are going to be low-waisted, they're going to be skinny jeans, they might be like really big boot cut jeans, I don't know what they're called, and they aren't necessarily the same style. The next thrift store we went to was the Red Cross, and it was really sweet. They had all of the vintage posters on the wall, and pretty much straight away I went to one rack and pulled out a beautiful yellow dress. Now you don't always find a really nice dress in an op shop, so I pretty much just was like, okay, I'm gonna get this, it's really lovely. I didn't try it on, I held it up on me and it looked roughly my size. So it's a lovely canary yellow and it has a very sweet little Peter Pan collar on it and a really full pleated skirt. So I'll try this on for you so you can see it. And this was $25, so a little bit more expensive, a lot more expensive than what you would pay for in an op shop, but it was in really good condition. It's a modern brand, not vintage, but it just had a really nice 50s, 60s style. And the next piece that I found in the op shop was a lovely blue jacket. And this actually reminded me of men's sports jackets in the 1940s to 1960s. It just had the same cut on the front, the same collar, and the zip at the front, which I thought was really lovely. And maybe not something that women would wear, I don't really know. But it just looked really nice, a really lovely casual jacket to wear. I snatched that up and this was $15. So this op shop was a little bit more pricey, but just for the condition that it was in, like perfect condition, I got it. And this op shop that I was in actually had a specific little section that was for vintage and reproduction. Do keep an eye out when you go to the thrift store because there are specific sections that are devoted to vintage, but do be mindful they can be a little bit more expensive and you might not always find something in that section. They might have another little vintage piece in a totally different section. So you just have to look everywhere, have eyes on the back of your head pretty much. When you go thrifting, you need to make sure that you are being really thorough and going through everything. And one more tip I will give you, you need to make sure that you know the style that you're looking for. You can't just go in and try and find something if you don't know what aesthetic you're trying to find. So I would recommend going onto Pinterest and having a look through of the certain styles that you're after, and then you'll have a better understanding when you are at the thrift store and you will find something on the rack that catches your eye and you know that specific style is the one that you like. So I'll leave my Pinterest down below. I've saved so many photos on there over the years, so you might find that helpful to have a little look through certain decades and find a style that you really like. One other little tip that I'll give you for thrifting is when you are looking at coats, maybe have a look for a double-breasted coat that has double buttons going along the front. That can have a bit more of a vintage style. You might also have a look for certain collars on coats and on blouses, like a Peter Pan collar or a bit more of a sharp pointed collar, depending on what decade you like. So just kind of really get an understanding of the style that you like so that you are able to pick out a certain collar, be able to pick out a certain cut of pants, and even shoes. A lot of the time thrift stores have so many shoes and it can be a little bit overwhelming to try and go through everything and try and find a size that fits you. So I've struggled with shoes in the past trying to find something that fits at the thrift store, but I actually recently got 2 pairs of espadrilles or wedges and they are really lovely and they fit me perfectly, and they would have been like $5 or $10. I hope you all enjoyed this video and I hope I had some helpful tips for you all, and I'll see you in 2 weeks time. Bye! I need a cup of tea. You can pick up the pants and you can wrap it around your neck. Ooh, oh no, the mic. Oh, excuse me. Maybe? See? Okay. Bleh.